Welcome to the Daily Talk Show studio here in Abbotsford, just outside the Melbourne CBD. Come in. Welcome to level 1 of the studio. This is where we do all of our production and post-production stuff. We've got the RØDE Procaster mics. They're great dynamic microphones, usually for vocals, and they look really sleek and they're really affordable, so they're fantastic. Yellowtec mika arms, they're real low profile, so they don't cover your face when you've got guests and stuff in there. We've also got all the timber and pallets that Tommy and his old mate found.
Gotta give him more than that. These are old floorboards that we sourced from a furniture restoration store. We bought half of those. We found pallets on the ground all throughout Melbourne, brought them in, broke them up, put them up. Sorry, get back to it.
I mean, Josh and I didn't do much. We just was live streaming upstairs, so. Dill managed to sort this one out. This is from Display Labs. This is our logo. They laser cut it. They match the Pantone that Dill supplied. It's great. This is where all the recording happens. We've got a little RØDE A1 underneath there, which we use for all of our remote guests and remote FaceTime calls. So it's literally just plugs into Josh's computer via USB-C and then it runs it into the mixer. We've set up a mix minus so that people can't hear themselves when they're calling. We use these Audio Technica headphones, super comfy, but we've got a little Presonus amplifier there that allows everyone to have their own pair of headphones and it splits a signal coming in, so it's super easy. We've got 2 drum lights. They're both made up of 4 LEDs inside, which is great because it provides a super soft light anywhere around the table, so everyone's gonna have consistent light on their face. We wanted to lift everything off the ground, so being able to hang these up here and provide a light source from the roof means that we don't have tripods and all that stuff holding lights up. So this is the camera that we use for the show. It's a Canon C200. It's potentially a little bit overkill, but it's a great camera and we use it all for our production stuff. We've got the 24-105 on there, which is super versatile and allows us to zoom in and do stuff like weekend banter and use different shots. We've got a line in from the mixer, which allows us to have redundancy when it comes to all the audio stuff. We're using dual slot recording, which is a feature of the C200, so we've got redundancy for filming. We've also got 2 monitors. This one up here is the Atomos. It's a great monitor that allows us to put LUTs on and all that sort of stuff so we can see what the actual shot looks like when we're shooting in a flat color profile. This is the first iteration of the setup. We're just getting started with it all. Eventually we want to have multiple cameras. We want to be live streaming everything up off the ground for a real like studio feel. Now come over to where I sit. This is my little producing desk. We've got the Studio Live 32SX, which is a 32 channel mixer. And what's great about it is that it does all the processing, all the compressors, all the noise gates, all of that is on board. So when it comes to editing it or putting it up in Premiere Pro, it just means that everything's done and I just need to sync it. We've also dialed in all of our profiles so you can see number 1 mic is Josh, number 2 is Tommy, and so they each have their own voice profiles for all the different EQ and frequencies. It's a bit full on. It didn't start like this. It was literally 2 RØDE USB microphones. One of our favorite things about this mixer is when people come into the studio, we always show them Mardi Gras mode, which is pretty fun. It doesn't actually stop. It just keeps going. How long we've literally done it for probably 5 minutes. Just keeps going. We do a couple of live streams each week to Instagram, and the way we do it is with a quad lock desk mount, which we put an iPhone on, and then we also use this little Go mixer from Roland to feed in the high quality audio that you hear on Instagram. This is my little spot where I sit during the show. It's where I edit the show, it's where I publish, it's where I take notes, and it's where I do all of my Googling. The way that I edit the show, everything comes off the QNAP that we have upstairs, so it's fed through Ethernet cables, and I'm able to remotely access everything from the QNAP upstairs to edit the show. This is our little memorabilia wall. We've got a few lovely letters from people who listen to the show. How cool is that? It's going to be framed eventually. A few photos from people that we've had on the show and places we've been. This is our office space where all the meetings happen and where Tommy and Josh hang out. This is Josh's desk. Josh loves a little LaCroix. He actually messaged me yesterday saying that he can't wait to get home because Bree's picked up a box of LaCroix. So hashtag the little things in life. This is the game changer. We were super pumped when we got this. It's got the Seagate Iron Wolf drives in it, 12 terabytes each. So it's got 16 bays, so you can fill it out with heaps and heaps of drives. It's got redundancy using RØDE and also 10 gigabit ports on the back if you wanted to work with 4K footage and have high bandwidth workflows. It's got remote access apps for your phones. This makes it super easy when we've got guests on and we need to upload a photo to social media and we're out of the office, we can just go grab it off the QNAP. This is where Tommy hangs out. This is actually a keep cup. It's not disposable. There's coffee in it. Tommy's also got the Movi standing desk. It doesn't usually look that clean, but we'll leave it. This is our gear prep area. We've got our whiteboard. This was an absolute nightmare to get into the building. We actually had to hoist it up over the balcony from the ground, 2 stories up, and then drill it in the wall. This is the old studio table. It came from the old office. Now it's for meetings and Josh's muscle meals if he wants to eat them. Check this out. See that apartment complex over there? Our internet is from Lightning Broadband. They beam it across from the apartment complex to our roof. We get 75 megabits per second upload and download, so it means with all the data that we're uploading to YouTube, our audio, our backups, our live streaming eventually, it's all supported with a high-speed network. Thanks for checking out the Daily Talk Show studio. This is just a start. It's part of a 10-year plan, but hopefully this gave you an idea of what you can do with a podcast studio. Keep up to date with all our stuff at thedailytalkshow.com. Listen to the podcast. We'll see you tomorrow.